Now, this part of the book, Paul, is all about Charles's response to Harry's book, Spare.
Ooh.
You know, where he talks endlessly about his todger.
Is this a response to a response to a response to the thing that happened once, maybe?
It's that, exactly. Now, despite the many opportunities to discuss his grievances ahead of the publication of the book, Charles instead chose to keep his distance for months. Harry and his father swapped a few words over Christmas 2022, but it wasn't until after the January 10, 2023 release of the memoir that they had their first proper conversation. Now, are we concerned about that at all? I don't think that's unusual. You're about to publicly, under your own name, smash your family, who you've already trashed. You're now putting it into print. You can't even distance yourself because you've put your name to this. You could have, told a third party like this guy, but you didn't do that. It's an autobiography.
Well, think about it in Australia, right? Family members don't speak to family members because they didn't get as much as they want out of Grandma's house that was sold. Imagine a global publicity tour and a book shit-canning everything about your family. I think the king was within his rights to say, you know what, Harry? No.
Yeah, just give me some distance. Let's just continue this thought here.
Please.
Encouraged by a close friend, the Duke of Sussex reached out to Charles by phone to try to discuss some of the unresolved issues between them. It was an awkward conversation, but he knew if he didn't make those first steps, there would never be any progress, said a friend of the prince. Probably the prince himself.
Correct.
Give that. There was no raised voices, no arguments, but the king was cold and brief, rather than open to any proper dialogue. Let me guess what that might be, Paul, because every single word would be leaked to the media and in the next docu-series.
Correct, but hang on. So the prince wants credit for writing the book about the family and credit for trying to talk to Dad after the book came out because otherwise he wants credit for both breaking and mending the relationship.
This is like gaslighting type behaviour.
Yes.
This is toxic to a new level. It's like me showing up and, I don't know, burning down your house and then going, oh, but look, I booked you a room at a hotel for a couple of nights. Shouldn't you be happy?
I like that she's trying to pretend that this
is
is hypothetical. It happened 5 years ago.
Look, no one can prove it was me.
So the book bounces around a little bit, and this is something going back to Mexit World as well, or Megxit World. I never get it right.
Mexit.
Yeah, who cares? All right, page 51. Both the institution and the family still can't seem to come to grips with the fact or move on. I've watched Kensington Palace and Buckingham Palace repeatedly get worried about being upstaged and derailed by the couple, that being Harry and Meghan, and leak negative information on Harry and Meghan, a tactic that started before they even got married, during moments that could easily be focused on genuine royal news instead.
Okay, no. I need to stop you here because there is just so much BS in those few words you've just read out.
Go for it, baby.
Firstly, this entire narrative that the world was against them, the palace was against them, the British people, the media, nonsense. Because I remember when they were getting married, I was by myself almost going, this ain't right. There's something not right about this girl. There's something not right about the dynamic when they were doing appearances together, when they did that interview, and just the fact that at the wedding, other than her mum, there was nobody else that she actually knew. There were all these celebrities who'd never even met them, like George Clooney and Amal and Oprah, and people who had very, very tenuous links to her.
But all this garbage, they were leaking before that there was something bad about her or bad about the relationship. Hang on. People literally lined the streets
well, this is what I'm
for
saying,
the wedding.
Because I was dubious from the start about this girl, but like I said, I was alone because the adulation for this pair, and particularly her, was overwhelming. That the goodwill the public had towards them, the media, the number of glowing stories and puff pieces, it was non-stop. So they trashed their own reputation. There wasn't anyone leaking against them. It was the fact that eventually the shine came off and you couldn't deny that there was something not quite right there, and that NQR has just been, on blast.